reflecting pool on the National Mall.
We have witnesses who are disinterested, who have no motive to lie. They have no agenda. They're just working there, and they are actually witnessing damage to a national monument. We're going to go forward.
Hearn previously told the Associated Press he reached into the pool to examine the newly peeled coating. A grand jury has indicted Louisiana Attorney General Liz Murrill on charges of intimidation and malfeasance after she was accused of trying to intimidate local officials who fought a law enacted by Republicans to overhaul local courts. Murrill is accused of telling 8 New Orleans officials, including Mayor Helena Moreno and District Attorney Jason Williams, that they could face removal from their jobs because of their opposition to the law, which eliminated the position of Orleans Parish Criminal Court Clerk after a man who spent decades in prison for wrongful conviction was elected to the post. Governor Jeff Landry has already said that he would pardon Murrill as fast as the law allows. America is listening to Fox News.
Stay on top of the latest forecast with America's Weather Team in the palm of your hands.
Here's the latest from America's Weather Center.
It's Fox weather updates throughout your busy day, every day.
That heat's going to be out there for one more day.
Temperatures being 30 degrees above average.
Put the power of over 100 meteorologists and the worldwide resources of Fox in your hands with the Fox Weather Podcast. Precise, personal, powerful. Subscribe and listen now at foxnewspodcasts.com. Connect to Fox News Audio on the Fox News app. Listen to hear your favorite hosts like Brian Kilmeade, Jimmy Fallon, and Guy Benson standing up for what's right, live and via podcast. Just click listen, then swipe right and hear the latest news updates on your time. And scroll down to hear the latest podcasts from Fox News. And it's even easier to listen in the car with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Get programming alerts and notifications. Fox News Audio is on the Fox News app. The voices America trusts. Download it now.
The Utah Supreme Court has denied a request from the attorneys for Tyler Robinson, the man accused of killing Charlie Kirk, to keep cameras out of the courtroom. That means next week's preliminary hearing is still a go. The couple who climbed to the top of New York City's Empire State Building has appeared in court.
Ivan Kuznetsov and Angelina Nicolau are free on supervised release 1 day after being arrested on charges including reckless endangerment and burglary. With no tethers, they balanced on a narrow ledge atop the Empire State Building's antenna on Wednesday and unfurled a banner. Then he proposed and they kissed before climbing down to meet police. They were the subject of the 2024 Netflix documentary Skywalkers, a love story about their daredevil exploits. Social media was abuzz about the incident, with the Empire State Building's official account posting a photo of Nicolau's outstretched engagement-ringed hand high above New York, with a caption reminding people to confine their proposals to the tower's observation deck. In New York City, Danya J. Powers, Fox News.
Florida law enforcement is searching for a missing teenager with autism.
Florida's Department of Law Enforcement has issued its first ever Spectrum alert for an autistic teen gone missing from DeLand outside Daytona Beach. The new alerts became part of the state's toolkit for mobilizing resources for a person believed to be in danger, like Amber Alerts for children and Silver Alerts for seniors. A Spectrum alert will trigger electronic road signs to display information and other emergency alerts to be issued. For this specific case, they're looking for 17-year-old Dominic Harris, who could be traveling to Alabama. In Miami, Eben Brown, Fox News.
U.S. employers pulled back on hiring last month, adding only 57,000 jobs, less than half the previous month's total. The Labor Department says the unemployment rate declined to 4.2% from 4.3% in May. I'm Lisa Lacera. This is Fox News.
From the Spring Hill Toyota Traffic Center.
Extremely heavy congestion due to a vehicle fire westbound on the Bayway just past Battleship Parkway. Delays are backing up before the Daphne exit. Crews are also on the scene of a crash in Pensacola on Lillian Highway at Lazy Acres. Also a crash north W Street at Truman Avenue. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Lisa Baque.
This report is sponsored by the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission. Divers Down safety is all about visibility and distance. Whether you're diving, snorkeling, or harvesting, use a device that's clearly visible from all directions. Boaters always keep a safe distance and more when possible. Know the rules and stay safe. Visit myfwc.com.
If you see traffic trouble, call the Acadian Windows traffic tip line at pound 250, keyword or total traffic when prompted. Acadian Windows, your hurricane protection specialists.
I've always believed that there was some plan that put this continent here to be found by people from every corner of the world who had the courage and the love of freedom enough to uproot themselves, leave family and friends and homeland, to come here and develop a whole new breed of people called American. You look at the beauty of it, and God really did shed his grace on America, as the song says.
This is the Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710 WNTM. Thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show. I hope you can hear it. I hope you can hear it. Once again, here we are together, me and you, just the two of us, trying to figure out what is going on. What is going on? What's going on in the world around us, and what has gotten into people these days? What has gotten into people aside from the devil? Here we are. It is Thursday, if I understand the calendar correctly, and I do have some challenges involving mathematics, calendars, things like this. But if I understand correctly, I believe it is Thursday. Many people have tomorrow off, so they're treating today as some type of a Friday situation where they're who knows, probably people are on a variety of substances right now. There's probably a percentage of the listener that is on some type of who knows what right now because it's Friday. And if so, God, look, I hope God looks after you and gets you off that stuff. Telephone number, if you want to call the show, if there's something you want to tell us about, 251-479-2723. That's 251-479-2723. Email address, unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. We are heading in to the Independence Day weekend, Independence Day. I don't hear that enough. I mentioned this yesterday on the Uncle Henry Show. It's Independence Day, and I keep hearing all the people on the news and even our elected officials just refer to it as the 4th of July, as if the numeral on the calendar is enough, as if the numeral on the calendar tells the story, and it don't. It's Independence Day. Please remember this. It's like autumn. You know, why do people say fall unless they're lazy? It's autumn. Do you remember autumn? We used to call it autumn back when I was a kid, and now people are too lazy. It's too many letters. That word's too long. It's fall. It's autumn. And this Saturday is Independence Day, all right? Now, here's a little Ronald Reagan on Independence Day, just a little bit.
We don't celebrate Dependence Day on the 4th of July. We celebrate Independence Day.
Yes! He's right!
We celebrate the right of each individual to be recognized as unique, possessed of dignity and the sacred right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Yes! By the way, if you're a Republican, if you're in office at any level and you've got an R by your name, please find some Reagan. Just there's a bunch of Ronald Reagan on YouTube. Just start listening to it, watching it, please. You've gone far away. You've gone far away from what he was talking about. So please get back. Just you don't even have to be awake. You can just play it while you're asleep and let it get into your subconscious mind. And sooner or later, Sooner or later, you'll stop spending all our dadgum money. All right, but anyway, back to Independence Day. Independence Day coming up Saturday, and we've got tomorrow where there's going to be a bunch of people that have the day off acting wild and partying and celebrating, and then you got Saturday, and then you have Sunday as an additional day of either partying or recovery, depending on where you are health-wise. Now, I want to listen to this report. I got a report here from Fox 10 about the city of Mobile and what the authorities in the city of Mobile are talking about in terms of Independence Day, with increased police presence downtown, which is always good, and other things. Let's learn and listen together.
Bill to celebrate the 4th of July. Police say you can expect to see a stronger police presence.
They say safety is the top priority, and that includes enforcing the city's juvenile curfew.
By the way, I love that we have a juvenile curfew. Anything that restricts the activities of juveniles is good.
Our journalists are explaining what you need to know.
The 4th of July is one of the busiest
Independence Day
weekends of the year, and with bigger crowds comes increased enforcement. Mobile police say officers will be enforcing the city's juvenile curfew in the downtown entertainment district from 10 p.m. until 5 a.m. every night. The curfew
This is so good. I love anything. It's so good to restrict the young.
Is in place.
Because what do they know? They don't know. They're going to get into trouble.
It's year-round, with exceptions only during Mardi Gras and New Year's celebrations.
Just, again, to keep everyone safe, to kind of mitigate any problems that would occur. There's going to be a lot of people down there, so we don't want to add to that. During that comes all types of people. You've got visitors from out of town, you've got locals, you've got juveniles down there as well.
Police say first-time violations typically get a warning, but repeat violations can mean a juvenile is taken to the Strickland Youth Center until a parent or guardian is found. Parents could also face fines.
All right, parents could face fines. Get them juvenile. Look, we got to have the juveniles, and they need to learn. They said they may go to the Strickland Youth Center. You know, they ought to do field trips down there, and just that would be a good field trip for all the. I talked about this last year or the year before. Middle schoolers ought to go on field trips to the county jail and see what it's really like. Scare them straight. And that would be the same with Strickland Youth Center. They should all see what the general pop, to use the slang term, what that situation is like. They need to get in there and get in a I don't know if there's cells or rooms or whatever it is, but they need all the youth, all the juveniles need to see the Strickland Youth Center so that they never want to go there. Now, more safety, because that's what everybody wants.
And if fireworks are part of your holiday plan, the city of Mobile reminds residents they're only legal within city limits on July 3rd, July 4th, New Year's Eve, and New Year's Day. Using fire.
All right, July 3rd and July 4th, Independence Day. Now, on the 5th, if you're firing off your fireworks Sunday because you got some left over, you'll be breaking the law. You'll be breaking the law. Now, will there be a consequence for you breaking the law Sunday, shooting off your fireworks? Probably not. But that's the rules. And we ought to have enough by the Independence Day 4th.
Fireworks outside those designated dates could result in a citation. Safety is another major concern. The U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission reports fireworks caused 11 deaths and an estimated 14,700 injuries nationwide in 2024. Police say only use legal consumer fireworks. Never point.
Only use legal, what did she say? Legal consumer fireworks.
In 2024. Police say only use legal consumer fireworks.
Only legal consumer. Are there illegal off-market fireworks I've never heard of before? Are people making their own explosives out there and just having fun blowing stuff up? I understand that explosives can be quite entertaining. They can, when used safely by experts. But I hope nobody's out there with some type of made it at home. We just threw some stuff together to see if it would blow up or not. That's not a good idea.
Police say only use legal consumer fireworks. Never point them at anyone. Keep children away from them, and never relight a firework that doesn't go off.
Use common sense this time of year. It may seem fun to have fireworks in your hand and those type of things that don't seem like they would cause much of an injury, but they do, and they can cause injury.
Reporting in Mobile, Jordan Lassiter, Fox 10 News.
All right, very good. I enjoy the youth curfew. It's just wonderful to have a curfew for the youth. We should think about more restrictions on the youth. Also, on the fireworks question, just something to keep in mind. I've mentioned this through the years because I used to host a show on this radio station way back, 15, 20 years ago, with Dr. Stuart Ball of Premier Eye Group. The older Dr. Ball, now his son is over there working and doing a good job, but the older Dr. Ball, Dr. Stuart Ball, he would tell stories around Independence Day about how he would be on call for the emergency room as an eye specialist. And he said one of the most dangerous fireworks for your eyeball that he has had to deal with injuries to, and it's a bad injury if you get it, would be sparklers. No, you're thinking sparklers. That's the lamest firework. It doesn't blow up or nothing. It just sparkles. It's lame. We give them to little toddlers to hold and stuff like that. Sparklers. Dr. Stuart Ball taught me that the sparkler burns extremely hot. It gets extremely hot there where it's sparkling. And if you get the end of that in a kid's eye or something, it's bad. It's really, really bad. So be very, very careful with your sparklers over the Independence Day weekend. All right, look, I'm going to take a timeout, or I'm going to try to take a timeout. I say that because this is day 3 of the brand new broadcast software that has been giving me fits. If you listened yesterday, you heard it was one of the most blooper-prone programs I've had in many a year. So I'm going to try and take a break here, but more Uncle Henry Show as we continue to broadcast here on News Radio 710 WNTM. But right now, going to go ahead and attempt to take a break.
Time saver traffic from the Main Street Flooring and Design Traffic Center.
Extremely heavy congestion due to a vehicle fire westbound on the Bayway just past Battleship Parkway. Delays are backing up before the Daphne exit. Crews are also on the scene of a crash in Pensacola on Lillian Highway at Lazy Acres. Also a crash North W Street at Truman Avenue. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Lisa Baque.
This report is sponsored by RockAuto.com.
Oof, shocking time to lose a whole strut.
Ugh, comedy is not your thing, but I do know that Rock Auto has what I need to fix it.
With parts shipped right to your door. No kidding.
All the parts your car will ever need, Rock Auto.
If you see traffic trouble, call the Acadian Windows traffic tip line at pound 250, keyword total traffic when prompted. Acadian Windows, your hurricane protection specialists.
A small business affirmation from Progressive. Plumbers, today will be a good day. You will be profitable. Your clients will be nice. No one will stand over you and tell you how to fix the thing they actually hired you to fix. You will also feel at peace after switching to Progressive, America's #1 commercial auto insurer. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, #1 commercial auto insurer from the NAIC's 2024 National Premium Data.
If you're looking for a place to grow spiritually in the middle of a busy life, InTouch.org is designed for you. Explore practical, biblical teaching from Dr. Charles Stanley, daily devotionals, free study guides, and messages that speak to real-life challenges. Whether you're searching for direction, comfort, or a deeper understanding of God's Word, you'll find tools to help you take the next step. Discover resources that meet you right where you are at intouch.org.
Skies stay mostly clear overnight with humid conditions, lows in the mid-70s. It'll be hot tomorrow on your Friday with isolated showers and storms, heat index around 105, air temperatures in the mid-90s, and a similar pattern continues into the 4th of July on Saturday. I'm Fox 10 News Chief Meteorologist Jason Smith at this iHeartRadio station.
This report is sponsored by The Rogue Recap with Linda McLaughlin.
Hey, if you're looking for news you can't get anywhere else, then you're a lot like me.
I started the Rogue Recap because I wanted to talk about things I just wasn't hearing. So join me on my podcast, Rogue Recap with Linda McLaughlin, anywhere you listen to podcasts. Can't wait to see you there.
Now, your chance to win $2,500. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. TRIP. That's TRIP. Enter it now.
My name is Dale Pazinski. I volunteer with United Way to help the homeless in my community learn computer skills and build a basic resume. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
This is the Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710 WNTM. Thank you for listening. I hope you can hear me. I hope my voice is loud enough to be heard over the bumper music, as we are still enjoying the brand new software that is allowing us to broadcast. Eventually, it'll all iron itself out. Now, telephone number, if you would like to join the Uncle Henry Show, if you want to be on the Uncle Henry Show with me, 251-479-2723. That's 251-479-2723. Email address, unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. That's unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. If there's something you want to tell me about, whatever that might be. If you're looking for fun, if you're looking for a fireworks display tonight, if I understand correctly, I believe the Saraland people, and they're very proud people. The Saraland community is very proud. Rightfully so. And I think they have fireworks tonight at Saraland High School starting at 9 o'clock, and they're going to have food trucks out there before then. I don't know if it starts at 6:30 or so, but they're going to have a bunch of food trucks out there, and they're going to have fireworks at Saraland High School at 9 o'clock tonight. So if you want to get some Thursday night fireworks, at least I think, I don't know, is that tomorrow night or tonight? Let me double check. No, it's tonight. Tonight is Thursday. It's Stars Stripes in Saraland. That is tonight, Saraland High School. So go and enjoy the proud fireworks show by the proud people of Saraland. 251-479-2723, the telephone number. Hello, caller.
Hey, Uncle Henry, Nevco Bill.
Nevco Bill, you are live on the radio.
I'm glad. I thought I might help you do a little troubleshooting because on my radio, my AM radio, there's nothing coming through.
Okay.
I know you got new software there.
Okay, well, thank you for that. I appreciate very much you letting me know that.
And as a former maintenance manager, we used to have a saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So why are they changing your software?
Well, we've used the same software since 1999. So that would be one reason. That would be one reason. It's getting kind of rickety. The old stuff is getting kind of rickety and hard to I think they had done everything they could with it. And the new stuff, now if we ever get it working properly, I'll be able to do the Uncle Henry Show with a laptop anywhere that I have internet access. So I'll be able to. My dream is to be able to do the show from the Causeway. Like today would be a great day to do the show on the side of the road on the Causeway. I would love it. I would love to see everybody up there on the Bayway and everybody on the Causeway just sitting there. And they might even tune in to find out who I am after if I had a big sign with the frequency up there. So just stuff like that.
There you go. You're back on the air. They came back over the airwaves there, so that's good.
Good.
And Reagan sounds good with an echo, but not so much with the commercials.
Gotcha. Now, did Reagan have an echo?
He did when he first came on, and then I think the second time you played him, it was a little echoey.
All right. Well, now, see, Navco Bill, you have helped me out tremendously by just telling me these things. This is
No
this
problem.
this is a learning curve.
Do you have the responsible party for the software sitting there helping out?
Oh, well, I'll tell you, they we have had support people listening in from afar, and they've helped out a lot. Corporate support has helped out a tremendous amount. So they're doing their best to help me figure it all out.
Sounds good. Well, good luck. And you going to be in tomorrow, or are you off tomorrow?
No, I am out tomorrow. I'm going down to the Wharf in Orange Beach. There is a 95 KSJ Country and Western Music concert. So I will be down doing that very difficult work of hanging out with people at a concert.
Well, I'm glad you said it was country and Western.
Yes, it is.
Okay, Henry, have a good Independence Day. Great Independence Day.
Thank you very much. I appreciate very much your phone call, Navco Bill, and enjoy hearing the chickens in the background. Navco Bill living off the land. He's one of those Americans that is living off the land there in the Dog River area. Telephone number 251-479-2723. That's 251-479-2723. Email address unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. That's unclehenry@iheartmedia.com. Now, let's see. Mentioning Independence Day. I think I talked to you yesterday about all these surveys. I told you about a survey where they asked people what they thought the best invention or what the best inventions were in the U.S. There's another poll of about 2,000 people that is good in that it claims that about 75% of us are still proud to be Americans. And I'm glad to see that. I'm glad to see that. About 75% say that they are proud to be Americans. And the poll also showed that in terms of American virtues, honesty and integrity topped the list of essential virtues mentioned by people, 82%. 82% said honesty and integrity were number one. I wonder, maybe that's why people are so fed up with the political class in this country. Also, coming in closely at number two on those virtues in the country is personal responsibility. Now, I'm excited that 79% of the people surveyed mentioned personal responsibility as a virtue for America. I thought people had forgotten about personal responsibility. And work ethic was also mentioned. Can you believe that? So there are still people out there. Maybe the only people, maybe this survey was conducted only by calling landline phones. And they got a bunch of 85-year-olds to answer these questions. Whatever they did, good work there. All right, let's see. Speaking of being proud to be an American, there is a bit of highway in Spanish Fort that was renamed this week, I think, American Patriots Way. And I want to play this is a very brief story from Fox 10. It's about a minute long. The reason I'm sharing with you is because apparently some people complained. Some people complained that it was being renamed American Patriot Way.
Well, a big change to a major road in Spanish Fort today with a big message behind it. The city officially moving forward with renaming a stretch of Highway 225 to American Patriots Way. It's a tribute to military veterans past and present. They say it's not a ceremonial title. Rather, it's an actual name change for the corridor from US 31 to I-65. The route also runs through or near several military and historical landmarks, including Saluda Hill Cemetery, the Alabama State Veterans Memorial Cemetery, and Blakely State Park.
We heard a little bit of that. I think if you gave somebody ice cream, they would complain about the flavor. So, we had some folks that were not super happy. But I think after having conversations, not just with some of our veterans folks here locally, but also some of the folks at the county commission, they kind of came around to see how important it was and how much history there is on this road from a dedication standpoint.
The new highway signs will go up when the goal is to honor service members while also pointing visitors to the area's history.
So some people weren't happy with it. Now, they were renaming it from a number. And it's 225. They're not changing a beloved name of a road or a name of a road that you grew up with, or the name of a road that maybe you had your first kiss on Lovejoy Lane or something like that, or anything like that. No, it's just a number, 225. Why would anybody complain unless they hated the country? But it's been done, and now American Patriots Way there in Spanish Ford. Thank you to the people of Spanish Ford for doing that. All right, going to go into I'm going to attempt once again to use the new broadcast software to go into a break. I don't know if the music is too loud for you to hear me or not, but I'm heading into the news break. Uncle Henry Show will continue after the news break with more on News Radio 710 WNTM. Thank you for listening.
News. I'm John Saucier. Federal authorities indicting a Maryland man for allegedly vandalizing the newly refurbished Lincoln Memorial Reflecting Pool. U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia, Janine Pirro, says a grand jury returned an indictment against David Hearn for felony destruction of property.
We have about a half a dozen other cases. Some of them will be misdemeanors, and some of them could be less, like a violation. But we're reviewing every case based upon the evidence and reviewing all of the reports.
Hearn denies the allegations. He's facing up to 10 years in prison if convicted. Democratic Socialist candidates sweeping primaries in New York and Colorado. Congresswoman Claudia Tenney on Fox Business discussing.
I think there's a real problem when you talk about communism and you talk about Marxism, as they're talking about, is antithetical to everything our oath of office is.
America's listening to Fox News.
Still seeing heavy congestion on the Bayway if you're making your way westbound from the Eastern Shore to the tunnel in Mobile. About a 24-minute drive. An earlier vehicle fire was cleared. And also eastbound on the Bayway from I-65 to the Eastern Shore. It's about a 54-minute drive. And we still have a crash with road blockage, Lillian Highway at Lazy Acres Street. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Lisa Baque.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Party at your place this summer? During July 4th deals at Lowe's, save $80 on select Charbroil Performance Series Gas Grill, now $2.99, and get up to 45% off select major appliances. Valid through 7/8 while supplies last. Selection varies by location. See Lowe's.com for more details.
If you see traffic trouble, call the Acadian Windows traffic tip line at pound 250, keyword total traffic when prompted. Acadian Windows, your hurricane protection specialists.
Anna's here from Mobile Bay Coins and Fine Jewelry. Anna, if I want to buy some gold and silver bullion, what does your inventory look like?
Oh, we have a large selection. We always get compliments on how big our bullion collection is and jewelry as well, because a lot of the stuff you see in the case is only about 10% of what we have physically in the store. If you have a question or looking for something specific, just ask one of us and we'll be happy to help.
Call 251-725-1590 for Mobile Bay Coins. Right now, Pool & Spa Superstore in West Mobile is offering all of their variable speed pumps at up to $250 off. Go west on Cottage Hill Road, take a right on Dawes Road. Pool & Spa Superstore.
Why pinch pennies when you can save dollars at Pool & Spa Superstore?
If you run a business, consider this. 77% of Americans say our nation's 250th birthday is an appropriate time to celebrate. That gives you the green light to advertise. Let iHeart help you advertise around America 250. Get started today at iHeartAdvertising.com.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group. And I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney. And the truth is, I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney, I'll apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. After 15 years and over 50,000 cancellations, I can tell you with confidence, we know how to get you out of your timeshare. Call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit guide absolutely free with all your options for cancellation. Attorneys, this was meant to be funny, so please don't sue me, especially my friend Kenneth from Black River Falls, Wisconsin.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-885-2929. That's 800-885-2929. 800-885-2929.
When it comes to keeping your skin healthy and beautiful, trust the board-certified dermatologists at Advanced Dermatology and Skincare Center. From cosmetic procedures to diagnosis and treatment of serious skin problems, such as skin cancer, they utilize the latest technology and procedures available. To schedule your appointment at one of our convenient locations across the Gulf Coast, visit AdvancedDermClinic.com. Advanced Dermatology and Skincare Center, dedicated to healthy, beautiful skin.
Hey, Uncle Henry here with two people who know a thing or two about financial stability. Meet John McNeil and Virginia O'Brien with Mobile Bay Financial Solutions.
Hi, I'm John. In today's unpredictable economy, staying informed is essential.
And I'm Virginia. We will help you make smart decisions, even when the market feels uncertain.
Our strategies evolve with inflation, market shifts, and policy changes, so you don't have to worry. From retirement planning to legacy planning, we offer more than investment advice.
We help you manage emotional discussions with clarity and confidence. Let's talk about your goals and where we can help. Call us today at 251-666-5000. That's 666-5000.
Mobile Bay Financial Solutions, navigating what's next together.
Advisory services offered through Mobile Bay Financial Services, LLC, an Alabama-registered investment advisor. We can offer investment advice in states where we are registered, exempt, or excluded from registration. The material contained herein should not be construed as an offer or solicitation for investment advice, securities, insurance, or other investment products.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival,
presented by Capital One,
is coming back to Las Vegas.
September 18th and 19th at T-Mobile Arena, streaming live on Disney Plus and Hulu. A weekend full of superstar performances.
Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com.
Capital One is the proud presenting partner of iHeartRadio Music Festival, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710 WNTM. I hope you can hear me as we're still working the bugs out on the new software. You can also hear me on FM radio on 95 KSJ, playing today's hottest country. I'm on Monday through Friday between 10 and 2. I'll be playing some great country with you tomorrow. And also on 95 KSJ on Independence Day, they're going to have a lot of the country stars coming in and acting as DJs on 95 KSJ. So if you love country music, they're going to be playing a lot of great stuff on Independence Day on 95 KSJ. Now, if you'd like to jump in on the program, if there's something you want to tell me about, 251-479-2723. That's 251-479-2723. Email address, unclehenry at iHeartMedia.com. That's unclehenry at iHeartMedia.com. And let's see. And I want to thank the lady that is emailing me to tell me about the technical issues with the music and the echo. Thank you, lady. I appreciate it. I will be passing it all on to the engineers. And eventually, sometime, maybe August, September, we'll figure it out. All right, now let's see. I've got some voicemail. Voicemail number 251-479-2723. That's 251-479-2723. Let me go to 69-year-old Chris of West Loxley.
Oh, tied up. Well, I'm going to hear at 1:30 p.m. on Thursday, 2 July 2K26 out here on the front porch in West Loxley. enjoying this nice warm weather. Weather Channel says it's 92 degrees. I'll accept that. Got the fan going. That keeps us, like you mentioned the other day, that keeps the mosquitoes off of you. Sarita and I just returned, got back to Baldwin County here yesterday. Went over to a town called Noonan, Georgia, about 25, 30 miles outside of Atlanta. Got a practically lifelong personal friend that lives over there. Like myself, he retired here about a year ago, and had a real enjoyable time. Went to that Georgia Aquarium. Man, that's something else. And then went to Six Flags over Georgia. I had never been there. I'd driven by it several times on my way to Alabama football games in Georgia and South Carolina, but never had stopped, never had enjoyed it. Sarita, she wanted to go, so we loaded up and went. It's a good thing I got this hip replaced back in December, brother, because I couldn't have stood up for all that while we was there about 6 hours. But she had a blast. We all enjoyed it.
All right, I'm pausing there just to say I'm glad you enjoyed Six Flags. I haven't been to Six Flags. I'm trying to think of the last time I went to Six Flags in Georgia. Probably would have been 20 years ago or longer. But I have heard through social media unkind things said about Six Flags over Georgia, like people getting into fights and stuff like that. So maybe you went at the right time, but I've been hearing not always the greatest stuff about Six Flags. So I'm glad to hear that you had a good time. All right, back to your voicemail.
Got back out here, was reading on the Facebook a few minutes ago, and I see where there's been, according to Fox 10, there's been an outbreak of explosive diarrhea pretty much nationwide. Although the state of Alabama hasn't been affected by it as of yet. I think they said the worst hit places was New York and Texas. You know, it made me wonder.
Now, I'm sorry. I'm going to unpause. I'm sorry I paused it again, but 69-year-old Chris used the phrase, and I apologize for repeating this because I hate discussing these kind of things ever, even privately. 69-year-old Chris used the phrase explosive diarrhea, and I apologize again for bringing it up, but he says an outbreak of it nationwide, and he saw it on Fox 10. Now, I saw that same story on the Fox 10 website, because I go to their website to see if there's any local news that I can slip onto the Uncle Henry Show. And I saw the story about the alleged explosive you-know-what. It was in the headline of the story. The headline said, explosive you-know-what outbreak, blah, blah, blah. So I watched the video. And it was a I don't know, 2.5 minute report out of Ohio or Michigan or somewhere about this stuff. Now, in the story, in the actual video, no one ever used that phrase. Nobody on TV said it. None of the TV anchors didn't say it. The TV reporter lady that was reporting on the explosions, she didn't say it. They never used the word explosive when they were talking about it on television. But it was in the headline. And it was in the body of the text story beneath the video. But nobody wanted to say it on TV. I'll applaud them for that. Nobody needs to talk like that. I wished I hadn't said it here on the radio, but I just found it of note that I think they used the word explosive to get people like me and maybe people like you to click on the story. And then they tell us that it's not necessarily explosive, it's just not good. You TV people, please stop trying. Don't play tricks on us. Don't be mischievous and try to trick us into clicking on something. The word explosive conjures certain imagery. And when you put that word next to some other words, they ain't good together. They're not good together because of the mental imagery that we can almost not control when we see the phrase. So TV people, be careful putting these words around each other. All right, back to the voicemail.
Got a whole lot of them illegal aliens in Texas and New York. It's just a guess on my part, but I would not be surprised if that was another thing that showed up inside our borders. It just wouldn't shock me at all. I know we ain't had none of them coming or anything like that, but it just, I don't know. Wonder sometime if 1 and 1 don't make 2. All right, Uncle, I'm looking forward. Did get to listen to the show yesterday while driving back. Enjoyed that, and I think I watched one of them Monday or Tuesday. It was. Turned my buddy on to. Well, he's been turned on to you before. Matter of fact, I think you met him at an Alabama game.
Oh, okay.
Anyhow, all right, I'll get off here for now. Getting long-winded like some of them other fellers do. Call in. Roll Tide, roll, mister.
Roll Tide, roll. 69-year-old Chris, thank you very much for your voicemail here on the Uncle Henry Show. And you mentioned your theory that visitors from south of the border, that was your theory, that they may have brought in this condition that the TV people called explosive. Now, in the report that I watched, and I did watch the report on this, they were blaming it on produce. They were just saying, this is where it's spread. It's the produce. I guess they're telling you that instead of eating the broccoli and the lettuce and the tomatoes during the Independence Day weekend, you should be eating Doritos or something. I don't know what the message is there, but they were blaming it. They blamed it on the poor, pitiful produce. It didn't hit hard at anybody. That produce was just there trying to nourish us. Anyway, thank you, 69-year-old Chris, for your report. 251-216-1976 is the number to call if you want to leave a message for the Uncle Henry Show. 251-216-1976, the message for the Uncle Henry Show voicemail. Now, let's see. Should I take a break? Should I take a break? I don't think I am. I think I'm going to go to another voicemail. Let's see. I've got a voicemail from the Snake Trapper.
Hey, Trapper. Hey, man. I have determined, Uncle Henry, that my Himalayan cat, Loki, is a Democrat, Uncle Henry. I'll tell you why I come up with that conclusion. Uncle Henry, when I get up in the mornings, I'll be trying to make my coffee or whatever, and he is demanding his breakfast. And he gets upset and starts growling and moaning if I don't feed him first. And it's the same way when I get in the evenings, Uncle Henry. When I've come home from working in 100-degree temperature, I get in the door, he wants his food, and he wants it then. And I got to thinking this morning as I was feeding him, he ain't nothing but a Democrat, Uncle Henry.
By the way, I'm pausing this. Snake Trapper is telling us that he sees characteristics in his cat that he believes are similar to the characteristics of your typical Democrat. This might be something for I might need to send this voicemail to J.D. Vance. This could end up in a J.D. Vance book as an anecdote.
And he's got free housing, doesn't pay a dime, lives like a king. Health care, Uncle Henry, got free health care. He don't even have to pay a copay. And man, I'll tell you what, another thing. I was sitting on the couch last night, and he was up there, and I was petting him, thumbing through the channels. Well, I stopped to watch Jesse Kelly. He gets up and leaves. And I noticed Uncle Henry has that same reaction if I stop to listen to Trump talking. Oh, man. It's something else, Uncle Henry. And the other morning...
By the way, maybe I've missed it. Have other people claimed that their cats hate Trump? I would think that would be a common complaint among the cat ladies, that their cats don't like Trump.
Oh, man. It's something else, Uncle Henry. And the other morning, the wife's had the TV on and wasn't in the room. She walked in there, and he was sitting there up on the bed, perched up, watching Morning Joe. Uncle Henry, that cat is definitely a Democrat. But the one thing I have determined is that I do love him.
Good.
And I believe as he gets older, he may come around. I can only pray that he does, Uncle Henry. You have a good day, my buddy.
All right. Well, Snake Trapper, thank you for that. I appreciate very much you telling me about your theories about your cat as you're trying to psychoanalyze the behaviors of your cat. And I'm glad you still love your cat despite your cat's bad politics. It's wonderful that you would be that nice to your kitty cat. Again, the voicemail number 251-216-1976. That's 251-216-1976 to leave a message for the Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710 WNTM. All right, now I'm going to attempt to take another break. This will be to the lady that emailed me. I'm going to try some different things and see if I can eliminate the echo. So this is not just a commercial break. It's an experimental one. Back after the break, if I can get the break to be taken, here on News Radio 710 WNTM. And while I'm waiting to go to the break, I will let you know that the podcast, you can still find some episodes of the show as a podcast on the iHeartRadio app. This new software has also affected my ability to record those podcasts. But look for the Uncle Henry Show on the iHeartRadio app as a podcast. This is the Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710 WNTM. Thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show. Got more show coming up after the top of the hour news break. We do have a news break coming up here in just a few minutes. Now, before we get to the news break, there is a report from Fox News I wanted to share. For those of us that love flying our flag, Fox News reminding us how we're supposed to fly our flags.
Whether you're raising the flag for the first time or it's already flying outside your home, a few simple rules can help honor the stars and stripes. If you hang it vertically from a porch or wall, the blue field of stars belongs in the upper left from the viewer's perspective, just as it does when the flag is displayed horizontally. The flag should never touch the ground, and if you leave it up after sunset, it should be properly illuminated. One more thing some people may not know, the American flag should always be flown higher than any state or local flag on the same pole. And never fly the flag in the rain or snow, unless, of course, it's an all-weather flag. Matt Murphy, Fox News.
Good advice. Well, not just advice, good rules for the flag. I always hate to see anything flying higher than our flag. All right, out of time for this hour. There is more coming up after 6 o'clock. Thank you so much for listening to this hour of the Uncle Henry Show.